Good morning, students. Welcome back to my English class. Today I have brought you a poem from the famous American poet Robert Frost. And the title of my poem is Fire and Ice. Before starting this poem, I will like to tell you something that in every religion of the world, there is a belief that this world someday will end. Some say it will end with water. Some say it will end in fire. Some say everything would destroy in smoke. But here our learned poet has given us two ideas. And both the ideas based upon the world knowledge that he has about this world. And so he starts the poem in a way. Some say the world will end in fire. He strongly believes that some people in the world will believe like him that this world will end with fire. And here you know fire. What is fire here? Fire here means desire. Those intentions which we have, those lust which we have for this world. And all of you know, my students, how dangerous it is. When our desires are so strong, we won't think about anything. We only try to get the things. We only try to possess those things which we wish to have. And all these things, either they are in our reach or not. But what they think? They always think, no, I have to get it. I have to possess it. And for it, you can see the companies, big MNCs, how they were working. It is their ambition, it is their desire that is throwing back them to cutthroat competition. Same in the personal life. People don't think that what my friend will think, what my family member will think. No. They just go for their personal desires. They just want them. They won't think about anything. So that's why our poet also says that if destruction will come into this world, definitely it would be fire or desire. That would be the main cause. Because now he was telling, some say in ice. Though other believe that it is ice that will end the world. But poet says no. I say it is the fire, it is our desire that would end the world. Why? Now he was telling from his personal experience, from what I have tested of desire. He was telling how much I have learnt about the desire. It has become clear that it is the desire that will bring destruction to this world someday. You can also take example from our great epics like Mahabharata. The lust of throne had put the whole family of Kauravas to an end. You can also take the lust of one of the greatest warrior of our country, Bali, who have lust and has taken out illegally wife of his brother, and where he has gone, he mated her. That's why it is proved that it is the desire that will destruct this world. It is the desire that can make people to do anything without thinking the welfare of anyone. Now furthermore, next when poet moves, he is tell, but if it had to perish twice. He says, if there is any chance that this world could survive after the destruction of desire, then the other thing that will end this world, if it would be what it would be, I think I know enough of hatred. Then I know there is enough hatred in this world. The people of this world hate each other very much. So it would be the next means for the destruction of this world. You can also see in present scenario when one country is not able to defeat other country in competition. So his hatred what? His hatred is making him to do some illegal work because of hatred only. That's why the poet have a strong belief that yes, if this world could not be destroyed by desire, it would be the hatred. Because when we have hatred for someone, we don't take any good thing. We don't think about that is there any good of this person. We only think no, this is to be killed. That person should be killed because I hate him. I don't like him and I don't want to see that he would be surviving in the world. So again, Robert Frost was making us to believe that yes, if the world survives from desire, it would be the hatred that would make this world to an end. Because there is enough hatred. The word suffice is used here, that is means sufficient. He says yes, if people are escaped, the world is escaped from desire, it would be the hatred that would make them to come to an end. Yes, people. So, a student, I hope you understand this poem, and this is a symbolical poem in which the poet has used fire for desire. As you know, the fire, when it is out of control, it is quite dangerous for each and everyone. In the same manner, if our desires are out of control, then they are dangerous enough to end everything. Next thing is hatred. Hatred makes us free from the good things of other people. When we have hatred for someone, we don't think any good about that person. We always hate him. And that's why it is used for like ice that frees the things, that numbs the body. In the same manner, our hatred also numbs, also made us to forget that is there anything good in this world. This is enough for this poem, and I hope you understand this poem. Again, I am repeating here. Fire is a symbol for desire and ice is a symbol for hatred. And the poet considered that first of all, it may be the desire who would end surely this world, or because of strong desires or ambitions, someday this world will end. And if not from desire, if it is chance that world could survive, then there is enough hatred for each other, for one country to other country, one person to other person, and this hatred surely will end this world someday. I hope you enjoy the poem, and if you have any suggestion or you could not understand any line, then you can write it to me. Thank you. That's all.